What's going on, trippers? Welcome back to another iPhone unboxing video.
They ask you how you are, you have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
No, but for real, on a serious note, welcome back to the channel, guys. Thanks for clicking on the video. This is everything and anything Apple. All about the iPhone 11 Pro Max XDR Super Retina fucking gold plated just fuck fest, okay? We're running out of names at this point. Anyways, yeah, we're basically going to unbox it, and I'm going to also, at the second half, probably give you a quick little review of the phone itself, because I have been using it for a few days, and I have been exposed to it, and I've kind of messed around with everything that I could, and I feel like coming from the generation before, the 10, not the 10S, I might have a cool perspective on it, so I will also let you know what I think of the phone as well. So first off, before we really get into the meat of it, I just want to say not only do we have one camera, but we also have two cameras set up today. We got a nice little unboxing thing right here so you can see all the glory, you know what I mean. So anyways, iPhone. I have the white and silver 512 gigabyte iPhone 11 Pro Max. It's really long. You could just call it the 11 Pro. I mean the 11 Pro Max if you want to say, but there's just so many different models out right now. It's kind of ridiculous. But yeah, let's get into this already. I don't have a whole lot to say right off the bat, unless you guys want to see here. You got the iPhone on the front, you got iPhone on the sides, you got all the glaring info that you can't see right here, and then more stuff all around it. But anyways, let's switch on over to this camera. Here we go. Look at this. This is kind of nice, isn't it? Isn't it? So this is what you guys see, all horrible in its glory, and then this is what my other camera sees. So we're trying our best here, man. This is a one-man show. If you can't tell, there might be some things messed up with the plastic. It's already coming off. I wonder why. I'll make this real nice for you guys. Hold on. Move this up. This is a pretty standard iPhone unboxing. You guys know exactly how these go by now. There's the phone sitting right there. We are greeted by beauty, and by beauty I mean just a really weird optometry machine fuckfest of cameras. It is odd. I'm not gonna lie. It's jarring when you first look at it. It's not what we're used to. So I will then pull the tab and get the phone out. Yeah, it's got a frosted glass finish on the back, but the Apple logo and the camera hump is not. It's a glossy glass. I think it's picking it up on the camera right now. It's very hard. I recommend if you run into a Best Buy or a Target, you'll see it and you'll be able to feel it. But pretty much everybody's been exposed to frosted glass at one point in their life. Like, it's not that new of a thing. So it's just like a matte glass with glossy glass. I honestly really like it. I like the texture a lot. You can see all the chrome shininess around on the edges there. So very pretty. And then really quick, I'm gonna pull the plastic off camera so you can finish. Switch back over here. You guys ready for this? There it is. Oh, there's a ring. Oh, I'm exposed. Yeah, that's it. So I will say, pointing out though, seeing this phone, one thing that bugs me a lot, the microphone and the speaker ports on this, they're not even anymore, and it really bugs me. You know, like if you look right there as opposed to right there, there's way more speaker than there is microphone ports, and it wasn't like that on the old models. And with Apple, that shit matters, you know? Now I will gracefully set this down and we will switch back to the other camera. Alright, so now what's left in the box? Literally, all we have is everything that we're all used to, okay? It says hello, literally, when you open it up right there. You have a quick start guide. Oh my god, it comes with a SIM ejection tool. I didn't know that. I didn't know if it, and I have not been told that, but there you go, guys. You heard it first here on TripMax iPhone 11 Pro unboxing. The freaking phone comes with a SIM ejection tool, so that's pretty freaking rad. So you have that, you have some paperwork, and then we still get Apple stickers. They haven't changed these or made them cooler in any way, so I'm still definitely not salty about that at all. That's totally fine. And then right here is where things actually change up a little bit. Things get a little bit different right here. So we have the same ear pods or whatever that's been included in the box for millennia now. So this is the same thing. That's fine. That's totally cool. Okay, we're grateful for free shit. But here's where stuff changes. So I'm just going to get this out. Who cares? I'm getting the box out of the way. So right here, guys, this is where we have the new USB-C to Lightning cord, and then the 18-watt fast charger. So this is a brand new charger included only with the iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max. It has a USB-C port on that side, which if you have any of the new MacBook Pros or really any modern technology, everything's freaking switching to USB-C, so you'll be like familiar with this port. This will charge the iPhone Pro from 0 to 50% in 30 minutes. That's why that's a big deal. There you go. If you're at all curious, that's what comes in the box. I'm pretty sure everyone's familiar with that kind of shit now. But anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the second view. All right, guys, welcome. Did you miss this? I would love to sit here and pretend like I'm booting up this phone for the first time right now, which I am not. I'm waiting for the Apple logo to appear because it's been off for a while. But like I said, I've been using this phone for a few days now, okay? I had to set it up a few days ago. I left everything in the box though as it was, so that was kind of me just resetting it up, just, you know, having fun being a nerd. But here we go, now it's turning on. I have a few things to say about this phone, okay? Because I had the iPhone 10 that came out 2 years ago, and now I have obviously the 11, and I'm on the iPhone upgrade program, so now I will be getting the new phone every year on launch, hopefully. I have bit so far into the Apple, it's not even funny, there's no going back. But we're all familiar with this though, that's the thing. There's nothing new about this besides really the back, okay? So what I wanna talk about is every feature that I've used, every feature that Apple's tried to sell us on, and everything that I think is actually useful, okay? It's sitting face down with the cameras facing up so I can bug you for, I don't know, 5 straight minutes, but here we go. So basically, the main thing about these phones is the cameras. Like, if you really break it down, the big selling point, the only real new thing about this phone is these 3 cameras. There's this trypophobia shit show going on. So going into this phone, number one, I wasn't really hyped. If you follow me on Twitter and you saw my previous tweets, you'd see that I wasn't really ever hyped for this phone. I even said that I think back in the day, Apple did a fantastic job about creating a sense of wonder and a sense of like need for their phone, not just a want but a need. Like, even if you got the phone 10 months ago, even fucking 6 months ago, and then Apple's keynote happens and they introduce the new phone, they created this sense of like FOMO, fear of missing out. It was like, if you didn't get this phone, you were stupid and you were lame and a square and you got left behind, and I guess you're just gonna let all your friends be that much cooler than you? Literally, I don't know, like they could do anything they wanted and you would have got the phone. But last year with the 10s and this year with the 11, I feel like that's kind of changed. Like, I haven't really felt the same wow and wonder with Apple that we felt for so many years. So when they announced this phone and I had the 10, it was like, when I had the 10 and the 10s was announced, I was like, I don't really need it. Like, and I didn't even bother talking about it because I was like, what is there to talk about? Now the 11 Pro comes out and another generation passes and I'm like, I don't really need it. Like, I don't know. Like, I still feel like my 10 is very current. I guess you're probably wondering now, why the fuck did I get an iPhone 11 Pro Max if I'm sitting here talking shit about it? Well, that's because, number one, I'm an idiot. But really the main thing was, it's been 2 years since I got a new phone. I wanted a bigger screen, I wanted more battery, and it was just possible for me to do it. I was like, why not? So now I have it. You know, yeah, that's just, they just get you, man. You say what you want to say, but it never works out, and they just get you. Camera was the main selling point on this. There was really nothing else. I mean, there's minor screen improvements, it's a faster chip, it's like blah blah blah, but these are things that happen every year. It's like, this is the fastest iPhone we ever made. Yeah, no shit, Cook. Like, if you're gonna make a slower iPhone than last year, I have such an issue with that statement when they say it's the fastest iPhone we've ever made. Like, no shit, it's the fastest iPhone you've ever made. It better be, otherwise what's the point? Yeah, so really just cameras. And you know what? Being totally honest, the cameras are one of my favorite things about this phone. And again, it's like, so surprise, surprise, but going into it, I didn't get this phone for the cameras. Like, that wasn't the sole purpose for me getting this phone. I really, honestly, when I was getting the phone, could not care less about the cameras. But now that I've had the phone for a few days and I've been able to play around with it, take some photos, take some videos, these cameras are freaking awesome. And even though there's some warping on this camera that I've seen, some edges, it warps kind of bad, it's still just mind-blowing that this exists in a phone. Like, you have a photographer arsenal and videographer arsenal in your pocket now with this phone. It's gonna put a lot of people out of jobs. Not really, because you also gotta be creative. But speaking of the camera, so you guys can see, I want to throw up on screen right now, here's a picture of the 2x zoom telephoto lens, then the same picture from the same angle with the standard like wide angle lens, and then the same picture from the same angle with the ultra wide lens. Like, the fact that all 3 of these are different cameras in this phone, there's 3 different lenses, 3 different cameras, it's all from the same freaking angle, and they all look this good. Like, it's really game changing. Like the stuff we're gonna see from iPhones from here on out is honestly kind of nuts. My question is, in future iPhone models, will this ultra wide angle lens stick? Because we've seen features on iPhones come and go and get added and get taken out. So my question is this camera here to stay, or will this be sort of an 11 Pro exclusive thing? Obviously only time will tell, but just being honest from me to you, I can say I have been thoroughly impressed with the cameras on this phone. So that's a big old thumbs up from me. Other than that is the battery. This phone has a 5-hour long battery than last year's XS Max. And compared to my phone before that, which was the 10, the battery on this thing is staggering. Like, I've been using this since this morning and I had a full day at work, and as of right now, it's at 70%. That's crazy. Like 70% after a full day, and it's 8 o'clock at night right now. Like, that's very impressive. It's also very nice to know that I have a phone I can rely on battery-wise again. And then the A13 chip, it's got faster Face ID, apps load faster, close faster, you can multitask faster, everything is just quicker, launching, it's just streaming, everything is just better. The screen is 800 nits brighter, which is, people that aren't really nerdy, all that means that the screen is the brightest screen it's ever been, and I've noticed I've had to turn it down before, and outside in the middle of the day in bright daylight, it's fantastic. And then on top of that, the thing everyone's been waiting for me to talk about, the slow-fies, the slow motion selfies. As you can see here, I had a lot of fun with the slow-fies and I look like an idiot. But to be fair, I'm joking. The slow-fies are whatever. I mean, people have been turning their phones around and filming them slow motion like that for years, since slow-mo was a thing on the iPhone, and other cameras have done front-facing slow motion, so that's not crazy, but it's cool, I guess, that the feature's there. The coolest thing is that you can do slow motion in the ultra-wide angle lens, which I will also show here, and that's pretty fucking rad, because that turned out cooler than I thought it was going to turn out. But yeah, so on top of seeing everything that comes in the box, you see that when you get the Pro, you get the fast charger that charges the phone to 50% within 30 minutes. You can kind of tell that I think they're starting to prep everybody that the iPhones will be switching to USB-C next year, which is long overdue. But the battery, also, this is the most waterproof smartphone on the market right now, besides like if you try to find some crazy expensive, weird, rugged phone. But this is IP68 water resistant certified. This thing, if you really break down the specs, which I'm not going to, but if you wanted to, you can go swimming with this thing. Like, how water resistant this phone is honestly very impressive, and I think Apple kind of deserves a round of applause for that. The iPhone 11 Pro is an enigma. If you have a 10R and you're looking to upgrade to the 11 Pro, I think it's a really good upgrade. If you have the 10S, I don't think you need to. I think you're fine. If you have a 10, I don't think you need to. I think you're fine. Unless you can and you want to. I'd say if you have an 8, if you have an 8 Plus, a 7, a 6S, like, then upgrade. To close this video out, I think my overarching theme is that I've been pleasantly surprised with this 11 Pro. I have liked it more than I thought I would. I was scared I was gonna feel buyer's remorse while I was leaving the Apple store on Saturday, and I did for like an hour. But then as the days have gone on and I've actually been using it as my daily driver, I've been using it as my new phone, I'm just very impressed with it. I'm happy. I'm a happy customer. Well, who knows, maybe I'll do an update to this video later down the line and show you kind of what I think of it then and how the phone has acted throughout, I don't know, 5-6 months down the line before we kind of get to the next iPhone season. But yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. Again, thanks for watching, and I will see you sometime soon.